Hello friends, this video on probability part 1 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. What we will study? We will study probability. In probability we will study theoretical probability of events. Please note, we will study only theoretical probability of events. The first question is, why should we study probability? Before we start, we should know why we are studying probability. What is the reason for us to study probability? What will happen if we don't study probability? What is something that will miss in life if we don't study probability? Here's one scenario. You have this coin, this Indian rupee coin, 1 rupee coin, and you are tossing a coin. You toss the coin and you want to know whether the coin will be head or tail. This is head and this is tail, right? You know this. So you toss a coin, you want to know whether it will be head or tail. For example, there is a match between India and Pakistan, let's suppose, cricket match, and the captains are tossing the coin, and you want to know what is the probability that it will be a head or it will be a tail. Such thing, probability means nothing but chance. What is the chance that it will be a head or it will be a tail? So you know that 50% it will come, 50% time it will come head, 50% time it will come tail, right? That's how we know. How? We have found this by doing this multiple times. For example, one guy has tossed this coin 1000 times and he found that almost 500 times he got head and 500 times, almost 500 times he got tail. So we can say that almost 50% of the time you get head, 50% of the time you get tail. Such things where you want to find the chance of getting a head or getting a tail, you use probability. One more example I'll give you in real life. For example, these are balls in this. So there are 5 balls in this jar, and this jar is closed. Actually, you can't see what is there in this. And you want to take out one ball from this. And I want to know the chance or the percentage that the ball is red ball or it is a blue ball. So mathematically we say, what is the probability that if you take out one ball from this jar, the ball is red ball. So we'll say probability of red ball. And then we'll find what is the probability that the ball which you take out is a red ball, or the ball we take out is a blue ball. So in such scenario we use probability, where we have a jar, we have some balls in that, and you want to take out one ball, or you have a playing card, 52 cards we have, you want to take out one card, and you want to find the probability that the card which you take out is red or black, or any scenario you have. Or you have money in your pocket, you have, let's suppose, 5 10 rupees coin and or 10 1 rupee coin, right? You have such coin in one bag and you want to take out one coin and you want to find what is the probability that the coin is 5 rupee coin or 10 rupee coin. So in such case also we use probability. There are a lot of practical example of probability in our real life. We'll study all these things. We'll take one more example why we need probability. Once you get the interest to learn probability, we'll start understanding the probability. The first thing is you understand why we need probability. This is one example where you have this dense forest, and in the dense forest this is one lake actually, and this helicopter crashed. Somewhere it crashed. This helicopter crashed. So this guy crashed now. And I want to know the probability that it crashed inside this pond. What is the probability? Because this is a dense forest and this crashed somewhere. It may have crashed inside the pond, it may have crashed outside the pond. We don't know. We want to find out the probability that it has crashed inside the pond. So in such case we use probability. Correct? Probability is nothing but where we find the certainty. Okay, let's suppose the probability comes out to be 0.1. That means 10% chance are there that this plane crashed in this pond, and 90% chance are there that the plane crashed here. So such kind of events or such kind of scenarios we deal with probability. Having understood the application of probability in real life, let us go with the formal definition of probability. Probability is nothing but a measure of uncertainty of various phenomena. Please note, it is nothing but measure of uncertainty. When I say we are not certain whether the plane will crash in the pond or not, so there is an uncertainty. When I say, when I want to take out a ball from a jar which has 5 different color ball, I want to take out a red color ball, there is an uncertainty because the ball which I take out may be red, may not be red. Correct? So such kind of scenario where there is uncertainty and we want to measure the uncertainty. For example, when you toss the coin, it may come head, it may come tail. So in that case, we want to measure the uncertainty. So there we use probability. And to find probability, the crude method is you find the number of favorable outcome by total number of outcome. For example, in case of head and tail coin, the total number of outcome is 2 because when you toss a coin, you get either head or tail. And for example, you want to find the probability of head. So what you will do? Total number of favorable outcome is 1. Head comes only 1. And total number of outcome is 1 plus 1, 2. So we'll say probability of head is 1 by. Similarly, when I say that there are 6 balls, right? 6 balls. Red, blue, green, white, yellow, black. Yellow, or let's suppose this is purple. 6 different color ball. And you want to draw one ball from the jar. And you want to find the probability that the ball is red. So the favorable number of outcome is 1 because there is only one red ball. So this is 1. So that's the probability of red. 1 by total number of outcome. How many balls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get 1 by 6. We'll discuss all this thing. Just understand that the crude formula of probability is you find number of favorable outcome. If you are looking for probability of red balls, you find the number of outcome for red balls. Divide by total number of outcome. In this case, if you are looking for probability of head, then you find the number of favorable outcome for head and you divide by total number of outcomes, head and tail. Correct? And that's how we get the probability. Understand this formula is a very crucial formula. It's a basic of probability. That probability is nothing but number of favorable outcome by total number of outcomes. And there are 3 approaches to probability. The first is empirical or statistical approach. This is observation and data collection based. This is something which you have learned in the earlier classes. Here what we do, we actually perform the experiment. We actually perform the experiment, observe data, collect data and then come out with a probability. For example, when I'm saying that I want to find the probability of head or tail, probability of head in tossing the coin. So in that case, what we'll do, we'll actually toss the coin. Let's suppose we toss the coin 1000 times. We'll actually toss the coin and then we observe that 498 times we got head and 500, let's suppose 2 times we got tail. It may happen. Then we'll say that the probability of head is 498 by this plus this, 498 plus 502 because the total outcome is this much. That is 498 by 1000 is the probability of head. This is a very crude method where you actually perform experiment, observe data and collect data. But this has a lot of disadvantage because in fact limitation. First thing is that it is very cumbersome to actually perform the experiment and sometimes actually you are not able to perform the experiment. For example, you say that find the probability that the plane crashed, right? You can't actually spend money in crashing a plane and finding the probability. It is very, very costly and it is not feasible also. So in most of the scenario, this is not feasible. Then we have another approach called classical approach. Here we need not perform the experiment. We have some rules. With that rule, we get the probability. And here only equal probable events are entertained. So only the events for which the probability is equal, only those events are entertained. In this chapter, we will discuss classical approach only. There is one more approach called axiomatic approach. This is for real life events and it is based on set theory where you find the set of probable outcome and you find the set of total outcome and then you get the probability. This I will study in class 11th. In the highest class you will study this. In this chapter in class 10th, we will study classical approach. We will focus only on classical approach. Correct? There are 3 approaches. Empirical approach where we actually perform operation. classical approach, axiomatic approach. We'll discuss a little bit more on empirical approach now. So in empirical, we actually perform operation and we get the number of trials in which event happened and we divide that by total number of trials. For example, I explained probability of head. If I want to find on tossing a coin, we will actually toss the coin, let's suppose 1000 times, and 1000 times, let's suppose we got 490 head and 510 tail. It may happen, we don't know, actually the result may vary. Then we'll say the probability of head is 490 by total number of trials is 490 plus 510 by, because this is the favorable number of event, because here we wanted head and this is total number of event, so this becomes 490 by 1000, so this becomes 49 by 100. This is the probability of head. Here the disadvantage is the result may vary also, because sometimes it will come 490 and 510, sometimes it may come 495 and 515 also. You never know, because it is all based on the actual number of operations. Now let's understand some limitation of the experimental or empirical or statistical approach. All are same actually. You call experimental, empirical or statistical, all are same. The first thing is result not consistent. As I explained you, sometimes for the probability of head and tail you get 495 by 1000 for probability of head. Sometimes you may get 490 by 1000. Sometimes you get 500 by 1000 also. The result is not consistent. Second, sometimes it is not possible to actually do the experiment. For example, I told the plane crash, you want to find the probability that it crashed in the pond. You can't actually perform the experiment because it's very costly. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.